So, I want to talk about how WWE and Triple H has mishandled Braun Breaker. But before I really do that, I want to discuss Braun Breaker's main roster run so far. Braun Breaker debuted 2 years ago after WrestleMania, and then a couple of months later, he wins the Intercontinental Championship by beating Sami Zayn. A couple of months later, he would go on to lose the Intercontinental Championship to Jey Uso. And seemingly, they were building a feud, or at least they were definitely teasing a feud between Braun Breaker, who seemingly just turned babyface after losing the Intercontinental Championship to Jey Uso, and World Heavyweight Champion at the time, Gunther. But plans changed, and Breaker goes back into the Intercontinental Championship scene, wins the title back, would later on lose the title at WrestleMania 41 in a fatal four-way match where Dominic Mysterio wins the title. So, what happens next is quite big for Braun Breaker in that he joins Seth Rollins in the division, and I'm going to skip over a couple things here. Eventually, during the Money in the Bank season, during around that time period, Rollins, after winning Money in the Bank, goes down with a quote-unquote injury, and Braun Breaker, once Seth Rollins is gone, starts proclaiming himself the leader of the division. Seth Rollins reveals that's all a ruse. Seemingly Breaker and Bronson, who's also a part of the division, didn't know about that, but everything seems to be kumbaya despite Braun Breaker saying he was the leader, and realistically Braun Breaker would have been mad that he would not be aware of this plan that Rollins had. So we skip over a couple of other things because really nothing of note really happens outside of some realistic spear highlights from Braun Breaker and some mad promos at times. So after Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins have their match where Seth Rollins wins, Rollins goes down with injury, and Braun Breaker the next night turns on Seth, and so does Bronson Reed, taking out Seth Rollins, making him vacate the World Heavyweight Championship. So now it makes sense the guy who took out the previous world champion would be going after the title that he made vacated. But nope, CM Punk and Jey Uso go for the belt, and Breaker has nothing. So we're going to skip over a couple of things because it's not really that important outside of really the relationship between Breaker and Heyman. I think is a bit weird that that Heyman is always stopping Braun from doing something that makes him cool. So we go to around Rumble time. Breaker gets a shot at the World Heavyweight